The year 1969 is considered to be one of the most active and important years in the history of Sasquatch research. John Green, the preeminent authority on Sasquatch, even wrote a book about all of the activities that happened during 1969 and aptly named it Year of the Sasquatch. It was during this year that one of the most famous Alberta reports came in. In 1969, work had begun on what is now known as the Bighorn Dam, which is located in western Alberta near the town of Nordegg. On August 24th of that year, 5 men witnessed what would come to be known as the Bighorn Dam incident. Harley Peterson and Guy LaRoe were working on a foundation for a pump at the construction site when something caught their eyes high on the ridge above them. It was a dark, upright figure that seemed to be watching what was going on below. The figure stayed standing in that spot for about half an hour. Then it sat down for about 10 minutes. By this time, the number of people watching had increased from 2 to 5. Stan Peterson, Floyd Engen, and Dale Boddy also observed the figure at this time. The figure then stood up and observed them for another 15 minutes or so. Then it walked along the ridge and disappeared into the tree line. 2 of the 5 men decided to get up on the ridge to see if they could find any footprints, and also so the other 3 men could judge the height of the figure that had been standing there. What the men on the ground realized then was that this was no ordinary person. By comparing the height of the 2 men now up on the ridge to the trees behind them, the men on the ground judged the figure to have been between 12 and 15 feet tall. This is definitely one of the largest Sasquatches to have ever been reported in North America. Prior to this report, there were many other reported incidents involving Native Americans who inhabited the area above the dam and the creature known as Sasquatch. A man named George Harris, who was living in Nordegg at the time of these events, photographed 2 alleged sets of footprints that had been found by the Native Americans in the area. One set measured 17 inches long, and the other set measured 13 inches. Another young Native man was chopping wood one day, shortly after the footprints had been found, when he realized he wasn't alone. He noticed a Sasquatch watching him from the edge of the trees. He just kept to himself and kept chopping wood. When he looked up again, it was gone. A young Native female at the time claimed that her and 3 other ladies saw what appeared to be 4 of the creatures standing on a mountainside near Windy Point. She was under the impression that they had just caught something, as 2 of them were bending down and the other 2 were walking about nearby. She said that they looked to be about the same size as a good-sized spruce tree. Reports have been filtering in from this area for roughly 40 years, and they just keep coming in.